Do you want me to film you?
Yeah.
Film you having a conversation?
Yeah.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? We can play it back when we get back.
Sure. Sure. You mean this conversation?
Yeah, any conversation. Sure. You just say whatever's on your mind. I'll say whatever's on mine.
Well, why don't you ask me questions? Because
okay.
I'm better in answering questions.
Okay. Gosh. Before I turned the camera on, I had all kinds of questions.
Well, you can make them personal if you want to, and
tell me a story. That's it. Can you tell me a story about your life that would teach me something?
There are so many stories that will teach you something. Most all the stories of my life would teach you something, but perhaps the stories about the war would be the most significant. They would be more likely to teach you that there is a God.
Mm-hmm.
And I was born in 1894.
1894?
Yeah.
July 3rd, right?
July 3rd. And during my fighting was in 1917 and 18. So I was 24, 25, around that time. And that was about...
What army were you in? Were you in French army or?
No, I was in the American army, but we fought. Sometimes we had help from the British army, and sometimes we had help from the French army. I was in the 4th Division, 4th American Division, and we had help from other divisions, depending, and we fought the most at the Chemin des Dames, which was in Soissons. Soissons and Chemin des Dames was my baptism of fire. And it's when I first went into battle at Chemin des Dames. And it was wicked for a recruit, you might say, or for any young man with no experience to be thrown in that battle. It was bad. It was bad. And the Chemin des Dames was a road that led from the lines into Paris. And at one time, they thought that they were going to lose it. I mean, the French thought they were going to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Americans did save the day. They came in full force. And it was a terrific battle, but it ended up with us being victorious. So we survived that. But all battles are bad, and none are easy. And some, of course, are very bad. Soissons was bad, and our division was credited with winning the Second Battle of the Marne, and that was kind of tough. But it wasn't as tough as Soissons. As far as I was concerned, personally, I think that the battle to the Chemin des Dames was the toughest part of my experience. It was just bang, 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 24 hours a day. There was no cease, no stopping, no resting, no nothing. And it was bad. It's terrible. It's awful. when there's a battle, we're too busy fighting and taking care of the wounded and seeing that we have enough ammunition and so forth to do much carrying. It's when there's very little fighting that is bad. It's very bad. And it's that way in all sectors of the field, particularly in the trench warfare. In the field warfare, it's quite different, because in a field warfare you're open to fire, but in a trench warfare there's very little fire, very little, unless they make an attack. They say over the top, we'll go over the top. We'll go over the top, we make an attack. Then there's a lot of firing, might last for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or longer, but then it dies down after that. Of course, every day I hope it would be the last day, but it seems that it was never the last day, and only once in my life that I remember, only once, that I actually, and with sincerity, I got on my knees and I prayed that I might die. I'd had it. There were days and nights that I hadn't slept, and I just had it.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't have it come true.
And I prayed that I might die, but I didn't. And I can see now why I didn't, because the job that I had to do wasn't done. And I can see now why I didn't, because the job that I had to do wasn't done. The job that I had to do wasn't done.